Near normal life continues in Sweden as the country's light touch approach to the pandemic is being tested by surging cases and hospitalizations. Strains on medical services have pushed the government to take stricter measures, including banning public gatherings of more than 8 people and prohibiting the sale of alcohol after 10 p.m. But critics say the new rules don't go far enough.
The rule of 8 is for public gatherings. It doesn't apply to schools, libraries, all sorts of private events.
Besides the new rules, all other advisories in place, such as avoiding non-essential mixing, are just recommendations.
Can you hear me?
Anders Stagnell, the architect of Sweden's approach, admits too many aren't following the advice.
During the spring, this worked really well. We managed to get people to stop meeting each other to a great extent. If we can get back to that level of follow-up on our advice, I think we can handle the situation also during this fall.
Critics say relying on people to do their part voluntarily can only go so far, especially after Tegnell himself downplayed the severity of the virus.
Anders Tegnell has been giving the message all summer and into the early fall that our immunity was going to keep us from having a large second wave.
Another point of contention, the Swedish Public Health Agency does not encourage people to wear masks, despite growing criticism from the Royal Swedish Academy of Science, which awards Nobel Prizes. Professor of Chemistry Andrew Ewing is a member of the Academy.
We have about a 1% compliance with wearing masks in this country. It's definitely an issue.
Sweden's strategy relies on Swedes following health guidelines without being forced. In return, the country hopes to minimize the negative economic and social impacts that come with a lockdown. There's broad support for the country's policies, even though Sweden's total death toll is more than 4 times the combined number of its Nordic neighbors, which have all imposed tougher measures. And while Sweden's economy is not suffering as much as hard-hit countries like the UK and Spain, it is faring worse than its neighbors Finland, Norway, and Denmark.
To let a lot of people die and get nothing for it is a disaster.
Ben Chamisso, Newsy.